agreeable become a problem?
It's not a problem.
Since people
I think
decide to
that
take advantage of it.
I don't think it's
But
about it's necessarily a problem. I just think it's about understanding the definition. Like it's not necessarily bad to be agreeable, but it's also not necessarily attractive to be agreeable.
so why are we
So
putting such a negative connotation on agreeable when all of us are agreeable at given points in our lives, depending on the situation?
I don't
But
think
when they're
anybody's
talking
putting a
about nice,
negative connotation on it.
they're
But go ahead.
talking about people not being able to turn it off, right? The agreeable people can't turn it off. The nice people can't turn it off,
But
right?
those are
They don't
weak.
know.
That's not nice.
There,
That,
there's
That's
there's a
weak.
difference between nice being something
but
that you can be and nice being your personality. Like when we're talking about a nice guy, nice is coming before who he is. That's his personality. We're not talking about something that you can be. Like Hink was describing himself. He's describing himself as someone who can be nice, someone who can be an asshole. But we're talking about someone who nice is the default setting at all times. That's how they go through life. It's agreeable and pleasing.
So
My
if
So
a
bad.
that's
I thought I was on mute. My bad,
so,
Trav.
so if a person is nice by default, and that's their default personality, then how could they ever be anything else? Like, how could they? Where's the negative connotation in that?
the negative connotation
that's
comes.
why it's
Come,
negative.
As
I'm
far
gonna
as
tell.
as far as it
I'm
being,
gonna
as
tell you
far
why
as
the
hold on,
negative
let me provide
connotation
context. Let me
comes in
provide context.
with the sexual dynamic between men and women. That's where it becomes
Fair,
negative. Yeah.
fair. But at that point, you're talking about somebody not liking a nice person. We're a lot of times we try to apply that niceness comes with a ill intent or something like that. Oh, he's just being nice because he's trying to get XYZ. But we just said that the only problem is when somebody's nice all the time, and that's their default setting.
Well, this
So
is
at
what it
that
is.
point, are we talking about
I
an
can answer that
individual
for
who?
you. I can answer that for you. It's that the nice person doesn't have the ability to be mean. All right. So imagine you dealing with like for example, it's like you're not gonna respect a dog that can't bark and bite at all. Like it can't. You get what I'm saying? You're just not. Something's wrong with that dog. It can't bark. It can't bite. It can't defend itself. It's always all gums and softness, and that's considered weak. When you can't turn it on, that's why it's considered weak. So the problem with quote unquote nice people is that their default is always nice, and they don't have the opportunity. They don't have the ability to do otherwise. And so what happens is when people can't see that other side of you, they either assume you're weak or they don't trust you because it's like, okay, well, are you always like this, or is there a reason why you're being like this? Because everybody has some
So whose
some
problem
parts.
is that? The person who's nice, or the person who's trying to interpret it?
I think it could be it's a problem for both people. I think if you have a problem being able to defend yourself or show teeth, that's a problem for you because guess what?
No, I
You're
mean,
not
I
always
may
gonna
not
run
be
into
able.
nice people. Like
No,
just
I may.
because you're nice doesn't mean you're always gonna run into
Hold on, wait.
nice people.
I may
So you
not
need to
being
know
able to
when to show
interpret.
teeth.
No, I may not being able to see who that person is. Whose problem is that? If you can't tell whether a person is genuinely nice or nice with ill intent, whose problem is that?
I,
If the
I
person
think
is genuinely nice, is it the person who's genuinely nice? Who's that?
that's
Who's
like
the
a
problem?
that's a
Or is it
that's
the
a chicken
person?
and the egg question because if I don't show you my personality, how are you supposed to know it?
Well,
Like
he
if I
did
don't
show you
show
his
you my
personality. You showed him
but what I'm saying
nice.
that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is if I'm in a situation that requires me to show teeth and I don't show teeth, what does that make me?
Does that
It,
mean that you're doing it for ill intent?
it's not about ill intent. It's about the fact that this is a situation that requires teeth and I'm still not showing teeth. That's what makes me weak.
I'm not.
It,
I'm not. I'm not
Yeah.
arguing that. I said, whose fault is it who misinterprets? Because we like to apply that we don't know if the person is genuine in their niceness. That's the reason why people tend to be
I don't
confused.
think it's about a fault thing. I don't view it that way. It's just
I
like
know.
it
Oh,
just
yeah,
is
let's get
what it
Shannon
is.
in,
Like
y'all. We got to get Shannon to give his take because he haven't gave yet. Go ahead, Shan.
Y'all gonna fight. Y'all are not nice. That's a mean motherfucker. Yes, there's a difference. There's a major difference between being nice and weak. That's the question that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. There's a major difference between being nice and being weak. Cloud is right overall, but he's off a little bit in some of his perceptions. Well, no, I can't say his perception is wrong, but he's off a little bit, and I'll explain. Kenny is right though. Hink is right. You see, me, I'm a nice and kind man. I'm nice and kind. That's to strangers. I'm nice and kind. I'm nice and kind, especially to my woman. I'm nice and kind. And men, I want all men to be both nice and kind to strangers, to your family, friends, especially to your woman. The man in the video, he was actually wrong. And some of the brothers is kind of a little bit off. They're this is where the conflation, this is where Clout was right. A lot of people are conflating nice and kind. You know, this is one and the same. That's what he was talking about. Colloquially, we'll use them interchangeably, but they're actually not the same. So nice is a disposition. It's a quality of your mind and your character. It's how you are. Being nice is more of a mindset, whereas kind is an act. It's a physical thing. It's something you do when you give gifts. You're so kind, you know. And you can be one and not the other. I see where Rilla was coming from. You know, if you are an asshole to talk to, but you still donate money, you give to people at the street you give to panhandlers, you're very philanthropic, but don't nobody want to talk to you because you're just a fucking asshole. You that is a very kind man that takes care of things and does things. He fixes things. There's movies out there. There's a movie out there. I think it was with Clint Eastwood. I forget. Anyways, he was a very kind man. He took care of stuff, but you didn't want to talk to him. He was an asshole to talk to. Then on the flip side, you could be a very nice person, but you don't give a fuck about doing shit for nobody. Selfish. I ain't doing shit. I ain't giving no money away. I ain't helping nobody. I ain't lifting the fucking finger, but I'll smile. Hey, how y'all doing? Oh, it's good to see you. You know, hey, how you doing? No, I ain't giving you no money. I ain't helping the church. I ain't doing shit for y'all, but I'm nice as a motherfucker. I'm smiling and I'm very, my disposition is very pleasing, but I'm not doing nothing for you guys. You can be one or the other, nice or kind. And this is where Kenny was saying, where he was talking about don't be unwise. Don't be a doormat, you guys. So when I want men to be nice and kind, I don't want you to be a fucking pushover, like Rilla said. Being weak is what you were off, I think, Clout. What you were defining was a weak man. Well, you could be nice, but then you're not being, you know, well, what happens when you got to be, you know, well, I'm nice, trust me, but I ain't weak. Don't try to get over. This is where Kink was talking. Don't try to get over on me. Don't try to take my shit. I can smile and I'm very giving. I can help people. When somebody needs something, I'm there. But if you try to fuck me over, you're going to see a different side of me. So I'm kind and nice when necessary, predominantly all the time. But there's times that I can't be nice or kind to somebody who's trying to take advantage of me.